the United Nations is a voluntary organization that every sovereign state comes in and can say, we will belong, as long as it's in our interest and as long as we can be of helpful or whatever. But every sovereign state has the right to agree or to pull away from some of the statements. The governments, when they come together to discuss, they all put their best face forward. That, we have signed this document, we have signed the covenant on civic and civil and political rights, and we are also signing the covenant on economic and social cultural rights. We are in the league of the human race that's really enlightened and being helpful to our citizens. But then we're finding out that back home they were not doing some of these things, or there were serious problems. But those problems never got into the public discussion because the people who were suffering weren't listened to by their own government. What we were doing is bringing some of the people who are suffering together, and when the government of Brazil was to make a report, let's say, on the economic and social cultural rights, they would come in and they would say, we're doing a wonderful thing, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we as an NGO would have 10 minutes that we could make an intervention. In a way, you shame the country into behaving according to the promises they wrote in the covenant that they signed. That's one thing. The other thing is you give these people who are disadvantaged, you give them allies in other countries where they can meet and they can now form a network. And together, what the international community is doing at the UN is coming up with certain protocols, certain agreements, certain covenants. Now, international criminal courts are being established that are going to have legal international power and being able to enforce international law. We're at the beginning of it. And because we say, well, this is good for everybody, this helps everybody, we're going to abide by it. So it's important, I think. And the Vatican, the Holy See, has consistently spoken to Catholics, asking us to become supportive of the United Nations and to become involved in it. The United States' power is decreasing. China is going to become the ruler of the world in 25 years. It's important for the international community to have international legislation and law, the code of law that they all agree to hold China in accountability over the future. It's the individual countries, the sovereign states, it's in their interest of their people to participate in this international bonding that sets up new legislation to protect the future life from any one country taking over in a powerful, despotic way.